Hello, Pisces Collective, and welcome to your reading for July 2024. I've already shuffled, scried, and meditated and came up with a list of opening statements to begin your reading with. But just two things I want to remind you folks of. Number one, this is a general reading. It is not a one-to-one reading. So the messages that come up in the cards may or may not resonate with you. Don't feel bad if it does not. I have videos associated with your moon and your rising signs that you can access to get a full and complete picture for the month to come, and they are free. Secondly, I understand this channel is new. We as humans tend not to trust things that are new, but if you've just discovered my channel and you watched any of these videos, any of them resonate with you, I do ask that you like and share the videos and subscribe to the channel. Everything is completely free. I publish these on a monthly basis. I'll never message you and ask you for your personal information for money or for a favor from you. It's quite literally no strings attached. Oh, Pisces Collective, I'm getting that you have a victory coming your way, but the victory is won through pragmatism and through stealth. It's not won through brute force. I'm getting a kind of meshing around with the energies and learning how to ebb and flow along with the energies of the universe, kind of like aquatic in a way. But I'm getting that there's flexibility that's needed for the month of July for the month to come here. My readings are usually good for about 4 to 6 weeks. But what I got for you is that you had the Fate card that showed up here through the tarot deck that I used. These are cards with extra somethings in place of also the usual 78 tarot cards. But Fate card with 7 of Wands. You also got the Lovers. Lovers is Gemini energy, so this relationship that you have a stealthy victory with might be with a Gemini. It might just also be small victories within relationships with the way that you relate to the people around you. It might just be you coming out of a period of being standoffish with people. Fate came with 7 of Wands when I was doing the meditation, so it's fated for you to have your guard up and to kind of not trust people, that your behaviors, the way you're reacting to people around you, that is fated. Not necessarily saying that you don't choose, you don't have a choice in life, right? You don't have a choice of how you're able to deal with people, how you're able to speak to people, and all the defense mechanisms that you put up, the coping mechanisms you put up to deal with people. That's not to say that you don't have a choice in terms of picking that, but it's fated for you to be in a prose where you're standoffish to people and you're kind of guarding what you have, guarding your territory. This is what I'm getting here. It's fated for you to stand your ground, to protect yourself, and to stand up to people, because you're getting a lot of karmic returns at this time. It could potentially be karmic returns dealing with lovers or with the really close friendships, but I'm seeing that a lot of the signs with water signs are dealing with karmic returns, prying them out of their hiding place, really their cave, and forcing them to deal with issues within personal relationships. I know Cancer and Scorpio had heavy emphasis on interpersonal relationships and dealings with platonic relationships and love relationships where somebody's not actually seeing you eye to eye, and you have to deal with karmic returns as well. So this doesn't really feel any different. It's just like the universe is kind of like giving me a spoiler alert that you're gonna win in the end with the 6 of Wands. And the 7 of Swords showed up here too, with the 4 of Swords reversed and Page of Coins reversed. Water signs are dealing with people, karmic returns of people who are divination abusers. I know I read that for the Scorpio Collective. I got kind of a sense of it from the Cancer Collective. I see it with you as well. Page of Coins in the reverse sometimes means that somebody is a divination abuser, or looking too far ahead, or using tarot cards to look far ahead into somebody else's future without their consent to the reading. I see 4 of Swords reversed, which is coming out of your place of hiding, and coming out of hiding and into love relationships. I do acknowledge that a lot of these messages tend to be contradictory in nature. I'm only going to read for the bigger energies here when I start getting into it, when I start investigating a little further. I do get a sense that you're coming out of your resting place. There's no more need for rest or idling by. You can actually jump out into an energy of movement, but you have to keep your actions private. With the Seven of Swords here and the Six of Wands, I'm getting a stealthy victory, or a victory that was won through a lot of pragmatism and strategy, not necessarily brute force. I'm getting that with you Pisces collective, you've had to like kind of hide yourself a little bit in order to navigate the energies of relationships that you've had. And this victory you gain through methodology of Seven of Swords, which is just stealth in this particular instance. So kind of some funky energies coming out there, really ones that I am not used to per se as a reader. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and investigate. I'll get past, present, future outcome cards. Okay, you got Five of Coins in the reverse for past, Seven of Wands, of course, in the present. That was that Seven of Wands faded card. This is the energy that you're in. You're in an energy of protecting yourself and being standoffish with people. Not necessarily a bad thing. You've got the High Priestess coming out here. I know this is normally attached to a lot of water signs because it's highly intuitive and highly emotional. Not to say that emotion is a bad thing. And then you've got the Sun for your outcome. So this is the victory that I was talking about here. So you just really have to follow your instincts and follow your intuition in order to get to this victory, because both of those are in the future tense, and the Sun is the outcome. And I'll get a couple of clarification cards from this Barbie Tarot deck here. But really what I'm seeing here is you being sort of, you've got the walls of Jericho surrounded around you, like 12-foot walls, and you're keeping your boundaries very strong is what I'm getting here. It's the visualization I got from the mirror is the walls of Jericho. So in the past, you've come out of a period of suffering, a period of strife, of being left out in the cold. You're in not just in a mode of giving, but you're in the mode of receiving. And what I'm looking at here is the Five of Coins in the reverse, and you can see with the artwork, the hands in the reverse are in the receiving position and not in the spending too much money position here, which would be the graphic here. So a lot of tarot cards have meanings that, a lot of implicit undertones and meanings that they normally wouldn't have if all the tarot cards were made from the same maker and made from the same deck. Each tarot deck carries with it different energies, and the energy that I'm getting with Five of Coins in the reverse is not just you recovering from being orphaned and being left out from poverty situations. You're recovering from a poverty mindset, and now you're in the mode of receiving. That's the hands outstretched here with the all-seeing eyes, and receiving instead of giving too much, which is what it would be in the upright here. So I'm getting that through the past, you've gotten out of a lot of situations, or particularly some very specific situations that left you feeling like you were left out in the cold, that you were in a poverty mindset, a poverty energy. This is the card that I would get for a dark night of the soul too. And I'm getting a sense that a lot of water signs are coming out of a dark night of the soul, and having to deal with all these karmic cleansing cycles and karmic cleansing returns. I'm just getting that you're coming out of that, and because of what you had been through, you're very defensive of the things that you've been able to keep through the dark night of the soul. You're not willing to risk anything. You're not willing to give out any money. You're not really willing to be caught up in somebody else's drama, because I'm getting that whoever got you caught up in their drama, they kind of showed themselves. They showed themselves for who they truly were in the relationship, and they expected you to act as a human shield between them and their karma. Probably came to you with half-truths and lies, and asked you to help them in a situation, in a chaotic circumstance that they themselves had created. They were the harbinger of this chaos, and they wanted you to come in and clean up their mess for them so that they wouldn't have to deal with karma head on. And that's what I'm getting here from this Seven of Wands. The High Sage coming up in the future position. This is a High Priestess card. But the High Sage coming up in the future is you really relying more on your own personal power, on your intuition, on your energies. You're okay with cutting people off. You're okay with not having a bunch of people like you. You're okay with just being a loner for a little bit. But you're trusting your intuition and your energies to kind of keep a lot of these other energies, these attacks against you at bay. I'm getting really, really grounded, trusting your intuition, not walking in fear, but walking in faith is what I'm getting from this card here. And that is what's going to lead you to your sun outcome, because this is the sun that showed up in the upright. It's going to lead you into your abundance energy, into your harvest energy. All of the work that you put in, you get to harvest, you get to reap what you sow. That's what I'm getting from the sun energy here. And so let's go ahead and get some clarification for each of these. Rose. 5 of coins reversed. Okay, that's a lot of card spirit. Yeah, I'm getting there's a lot of energies that you had to cut off. There's a lot of people showing up here. A lot of court cards. So a lot of energies you had to cut off in the past in order for you to get out of this poverty mindset. Yeah, so we got 4 of Swords, we got Ace of Swords, and we got 10 of Cups. Speaking your truth, and the way that you speak your truth is how you get to this 10 of Cups energy, you personally, an energy of being blessed, of bliss, of protection, of abundance, of family gatherings, of celebration of life is what I'm getting here for the 10 of Cups. And that's all based upon you liberating yourself and getting into a period of rest after having to deal with so much. You speaking your truth is how you got to this 10 of Cups situation instead of being in an energy of trepidation, of confusion, of silence, you not using your throat chakra in order to speak your truth. You were able to liberate yourself from a lot of chains of oppression by just speaking your truth. I don't know why Spirit wants to give me so many cards here. Let's 7 of Wands. Clarify 7 of Wands energy for the Pisces collective. Fate. Isn't that funny? Because the Fate card came out in my meditation with 7 of Wands, and here it is, Fate again coming with 7 of Wands. So this is just the universe saying I said what I said. I'll get one more card here. Clarify Fate. Clarify Fate. Okay. 8 of Wands, which is, again, communication. Standing up for yourself and speaking your truth is what I'm getting here. That's what's fated. What's fated is for you to actually push people away, to set your boundaries, to set hard boundaries, and to speak your truth as to the reasons why these people are being given boundaries as such as this nature. You have to actually tell people the reason why you're cutting them off and creating more distance between you and them. And I'm getting a sense that with the standing up for yourself and it being fated and it coming up in this combination twice already in this reading, along with an 8 of Wands, a need to speak your truth and to stand up for yourself. I feel like this is something that is fated for the Pisces energies. Looking at my video, it's fated for you to speak your truth and to stand up for yourself, regardless of what it might mean for your relationship with somebody else. Like it could very well be the end of this relationship. So just keep that in mind. But I see that it is fated. I see that it's important. It's time for you to speak up. That's what Spirit said, because this card has a little watch right here with the wands. It's time for you to speak up. It's time for you to put your foot down. It's time for you to tell people to stop trying to use and abuse you. It's time for you to stand up for yourself. So let's get clarification on the High Sage. So strength came up with this High Sage, High Priestess energies, the strength for you to stand in your own power. It's the strength for you. It's the strength that you have to deal with these karmic returns and these energies here. That's the strength that you're carrying with. And you've got Page of Wands in the reverse, which this looks like it's bad news for people who were looking to siphon energy straight off of you, is that it's bad news for them because they can no longer feed off of your energy. Your strength, your power, your intuitive power, your emotional power is bad news for somebody else. So let me clarify this Page of Wands. Ace of Cups in the reverse. So yeah, this has to do with relationships, interpersonal relationships. It could, for a very small portion of you, this could be a workplace relationship that is coming to crumbling down. But I'm getting for most of you, this has to do with a close friend or a family member. Somebody that you're going to have to set hard boundaries with. I know I did a reading similar to this for the Scorpios. So some of you, even if you don't have a lot of Scorpio placements in your chart, you might benefit from watching the Scorpio video. So what I'm getting here is, yeah, you're setting boundaries and you're standing up for yourself in terms of your interpersonal relationships, and this is bad news to a lot of people because they can't continue to manipulate you and siphon energy off of you. You've become like really aware of the tactics that they have been using to try to get you into to doing things for them that that you normally really wouldn't do without their influence. Let's clarify the Sun. Judgment, the Sun and Judgment. So a couple energies come out from this for me. The first energy is you issuing out judgment. I mean, this is Judgment Day for the people who are using and abusing you and trying to siphon all of your resources off of you, trying to get you to really act not like yourself. So I'm getting that your judgment is your victory. This victory, this all seems that you standing up for yourself is fated, right? And I did mention at the beginning of this reading that it was a stealthy victory used with a lot of mental agility. And this is what I'm getting here too. This is how you obtain that victory, is utilizing that mental agility that you have here. Looking for answers that given to you with the universe, but I'm also getting like a military strategist. The universe is showing me like a Roman cavalry with a whole army standing on a hill just before they get engaged in battle is what I'm being shown here. So I'm getting that it's really your mental agility, your prowess lies in your pragmatism, not necessarily in brute force, but with a lot of strategy and a lot of thought is what I'm getting here with Judgment coming up with the Sun. Another thing is I'm getting that this is Judgment Day for this individual or these I wanted to say pairs. Maybe it's a pair of individuals, but like individuals trying very hard to take things from you, and your victory ends up coming out to a point where these people can't really fight you. They can't really outsmart you, is what the universe is trying to say here. It's like the prowess that you have through a lot of strategy and a lot of pragmatism, that's where you're able to bring in Judgment Day for this individual. And I'm getting a set of individuals, really. It's more than one person trying to get you to play their games, and you're not really interested. You're interested in protecting your own power, even if you become the enemy, if you become the villain in this person's story. I'm getting that the Emperor coming out as I'm describing this. You're in an Emperor energy, you're in a Judgment Day energy, you're in a High Priestess and the Sun energy. You have a lot of major arcana pulling for you. This means that this fated event that requires you to stand up for yourself and to set hard boundaries with people and to push people away. You might even have to cut some people off. This is fated, and it's going to bring you into a very powerful vibration with the Emperor, with Judgment, with the Sun, and with the High Priestess, all in the upright. You're being brought into an energy that in spirit vibrates as a divine feminine, but in the three-dimensional vibrates as a divine masculine. So these are the energies I would get if for both divine feminine, divine masculine vibrating in their opposite, equal and opposing energies to try to close out cycles here is what I'm getting. A lot of high vibrational energies. So, and immediately the universe asks you to be open to healing, to growth, and to being grounded, because you got the tree for the oracle here, and you got it almost immediately. So that's like the tree of life. But you're being asked to heal And the way that we heal is we become the villain in other people's stories. And you got the arch here too, which is connections, transitions, and growth. And so growth is here twice. Growth is here twice. And you've got several bouquets that came out here too. So growth is here twice, which means that, so you've got growth and you've got the Seven of Wands and the Fate card showing up multiple times in this energy here. This means that you standing up for yourself and you setting boundaries with people, you learning how to set boundaries. This is what is required before you actually level up into your new spiritual position, as it were, your position of favor here. Yeah, I'm really getting a stand up for yourself kind of energies here. This is what's fated by the universe, is you learning how to set boundaries. I think some of you might have been running away from the fact that you have to set boundaries with people. You've been avoidant. You've been avoiding this reality. You've been trying to circumvent it. You've been trying to push it off. You've been trying to just hope that it went away on its own, but the universe is telling you now is the time for action. Like, you can't sit idly by anymore, because I know the Four of Swords that came up in the reverse when I was doing my meditation. So that's the universe telling you you can't really sit idly by and allow life to just happen to you. You have to make choices, decisions. You have to make sacrifices. This is one of those karmic returns that requires that you make a sacrifice, but the moment you do, you really step into a high vibrational energy when you're done. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. I know a lot of the water signs have been going through dark nights of the soul in the past 6 months that I've been doing public readings. But this is a culmination of a lot of strife for you, Pisces Collective, and the way you are coming out of it, you're coming out of it in an Emperor energy. So you're coming out very powerfully. So, but anyway, that's all I have for you, Pisces Collective. Hopefully something in this reading resonated with you. If it did, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, everything's completely free, and I publish this on a month-to-month basis. So until then, shalom, and I will see you next time.